Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Arlington Park here on Saturday. It is August the 13th, 2016. It's Arlington Million Day from Arlington Park. It's a great card. I'm going to look at all the stakes races, starting off at race number 5 and ending off at race number 10. It's a great card. Before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections. So let's get on to today's stakes action, starting off with race number 5 from Arlington. It's the second running of the Bruce D. Memorial Stakes, per $75,000 for 3-year-olds. We have a field of 10 horses traveling 1 mile over the poly track, a one-turn mile here. It's a very good race. Mile. And my top selection, I'm going to go to the outside post position to the 9-horse 2-step time with Robbie Alvarado. I'm going to go 9-3-1-5. 9-3-1-5. Number 9, 2-step time at 5-2 Robbie Alvarado for Mike Maker. Last time out in the American Derby about a month ago, July the 9th at Arlington, mile and 8th on the turf course. The horse finished 5th by 3 1/4 lengths that day. You know, it just didn't have the best of races. Overcame a 10-hole pole position, which wasn't the best of, positions. After that, really, it just wasn't his best run. Start before that came over this course at Arlington, mile 16th in an American Classic. This horse finished 4th by 2 1/4 lengths that day. Again, was setting the pace early on from the rail, but after that, just weakened, had nothing left in the tank in the stretch. And then the American Turf against a lot tougher horses. This horse finished 11th by 9 1/4 lengths. I think on the all-weather surface, this horse should do well. On the synthetic surface, he's 2-0, but he did finish second in the OBS Championship and 4th in the Spiral. Looking over these horses, I think he has the class out of everybody, out of all the horses in this field to really win. 5-2. There's a pick 5 that starts with this race. 100 guarantee pick 5. Maybe I single him. It might be a cheap ticket. Do I single? I might single him here. We'll see when I get to the final ticket. It's not 100% final, but at the moment, he looks like a very good single in the pick 5. So to recap my bets, race number 5 from Arlington Park. Gonna go with the 9-horse, who is 2-step time. Gonna go 9-3-1-5. 9-3-1-5. So now let's get on to race number 6 from Arlington. Race 6 from Arlington Park is the 5th running of the American St. Ledger Stakes, Grade 3, purse $300,000 for 3-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 11 horses traveling in the marathon distance, or the stayers distance, of a mile and 11 sixteenths. A mile and 11 sixteenths. So that's a long trip for them. 11 sixteenths. A mile, 11 sixteenths. And my top selection here, we'll go to the 6th horse here, who's, a bit of a price here at 12-1. The 6th horse, Wasir, with William Buick coming in from the United Kingdom to ride this horse. I'm going to go 6-5, 8-10. 6-5, 8-10. In the pick 5, pick 4 sequence, I would use 5-6, of course. Those two, Big Horse is a very good horse. I think he should have a strong run also. I'll use my top selection, Wasir. The 8 and the 10 look like very strong horses also. But the two main horses I will be using are the 6 and the 5. Number 6, Wasir, top selection, William Buick at 12-1. Last time out, run at Royal Ascot, June the 16th. 2 miles and a half in the Gold Cup. This horse finished 11th by 13.5 lengths that day. First start in the United Kingdom. Didn't have the best of runs. Just really couldn't get a great closing kick. Start before that came in Hopengarten in Germany, 2 miles on May the 15th in a Group 3. This horse won by 2 lengths, and according to the running line, I couldn't, even though my grandmother is from Austria and they do speak German, I did find a replay for the race, but I couldn't understand it. My grandmother would be hitting me right now if she heard what I just said. But, this horse had a very nice, he won by 2 lengths, and he was just very in control that day. And then on May Sons will feed April 1st in the pre-Right Royal Stakes. It was just a basic stakes race. Horse finished 6th by 10 1/4 lengths. First start in France. But I think the stayer distance should really help this one. Has a 4-fold workout, 52 flat over this Arlington surface. They don't work the European horses that much because, they're they just don't work on as fast as the American horses. But I think this horse should have a strong run here today. 12 to 1. I like this price. So to recap my bets for race number 6 from Arlington Parks, the American St. Ledger Stakes. Gonna go to the 6 horse Wasir. Gonna go 6-5-8-10. 6-5-8-10 for a superfecta. So now let's get on to race number 7 from Arlington Park. The 7th race is the 40th running of the Secretariat Stakes. Grade 1, purse $450,000 for 3-year-olds. We have a field of 9 horses traveling a mile and a quarter. On the turf course at Arlington, they'll be using the Million Lane, as they call it. Mile and a quarter, 2,000 meters. And my top selection here, we'll go to the 8 horse, number 8, Long Island Sound. I'm going to put him into superfecta here. I'm going to go 8-9-7-2, 8-9-7-2 here in the Secretariat. Number 8, Long Island Sound, 5-2. For Aiden O'Brien, always gets screwed by the post position draw here in the States, it seems, for the last 2 years. But I think this horse should overcome a great post position and a great run here today. Last time out here in New York at Belmont Park in the Belmont Derby, a mile and a quarter on the inner turf course, this horse finished 6th by 2 1/4 lengths. The stablemate Deauville had a very nice victory that day. This horse had a horrible break, was wide at the second turn. It just wasn't the best of starts. Throw that race out. Then at Ascot, Royal Ascot, June the 16th in the Tercentenary Stakes, Group 3, this horse finished 3rd by 4 lengths behind Hawkbill, who was a winner of his next start out. This horse needed a little extra ground that day, I think. I think he should do well with this firm ground that they're hopefully are going to get. He's a winner of his first 3. He won. Those are all lounge races and basic main special weights in Ireland. But I think he should have a very good run here today. 5-2, second start in the States, should really do well. Had a workout 3 furlong. Like I said, the European horses don't work out as strong as the American horses. They don't really push them in workouts. 3 furlong workout over the course at Arlington this week in 40 seconds and 1/5 of a second. 7th best workout of 12 that day. So for 3 furlongs, 7th best workout. I wonder what the other horses did. But I think this horse should have a very strong run here for the Coolmore Group. So to recount my bets for the Secretariat, race 7 from Arlington Park, going to go to the 8 horse Long Island Sound, going to go 8-9-7-2, 8-9-7-2. So now let's get on to race number 8. The 8th race from Arlington Park is the 27th running of the Beverly D, Grade 1, purse $700,000 for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 14 horses traveling a mile and 3/16 on the turf course at Arlington. Mile and 3/16, and there's a horse I really love in this race. That is the 13 horse, number 13, who is C. Khaleesi. I'm going to put her into superfecta. I'm going to go 13-1-6-12. 13-1-6-12. Superfecta wager. That was my super wager. Pick 4 sequence. Pick 5 sequence also if you're playing it. C. Khaleesi, definitely used for her. Do I single her? Do I want to keep the ticket cheap? I'm not sure. But, I like C. Khaleesi a lot here, but if I have the extra money, do I go maybe a little extra cheap just for some, just to keep safe? So that's going to be something I have to figure out. But, Ballydoyle is a very good horse. Had a disappointing 13th as the favorite last time out at Belmont, but I think she should have a better trip here today. Also, Coolmore, who was supposed to be the rabbit last time out for Ballydoyle. That didn't play out as well because Coolmore broke so bad it wasn't even funny, so it really couldn't be a rabbit for Ballydoyle. But number 13, C. Khaleesi, I think she should enjoy the course. Florent Giroux at 7-5 here for Chad Brown from Marty Schwartz, who owns this one. Last time out, run at Belmont Park, mile and a quarter. Belmont Stakes weekend, New York Stakes. This horse finished 2nd by 3/4 length behind Ashida, who was a winner of his next start out, and Guzapa, who was a winner of next start out, who finished 3rd that day. This horse had a bad start that day. Closed up a little bit, but Ashida ran a hell of a race. This horse needed that extra 16th of a mile to really get up there. And then at Belmont, a mile and 3/8 in the yielding turf course, made the 7th in the Sheepside Bay Stakes. This horse won by 2 1/4 lengths in a field of 5 horses. First start in the States, first start in LASIK. It was a very easy victory. It was a little bit wide, but it was just easy. She had a great start that day. Last season, that was her first start in the States, like I said. Last season, she was running in Europe Last year came in the Champions Day at Ascot, October the 17th, in the British Champion Filly Mayer Stakes. Horse finished seventh by 6 1/4 lengths behind Simple Verse. Just didn't have the best of runs. Really weak in going a mile and a half. I think this horse with the Lasix, it was coming to the States with the Lasix, is something very good. Right now, she's my early favorite for the Breeze Cup Filly Mayer Turf. I think she should like the dry ground, especially the mile and quarter distance. I think she should have a very good race. She won a few races at Saint Cloud last summer, some very tough races. I think she was facing a lot tougher in the France and the United Kingdom. So I think she should have a very strong run here today. 7-5. I know it's not the best price, but I think she should run strong. So to recap my bets for race number 8 from Arlington, it's the Beverly D. Gonna go with the 13 horse C. Khaleesi. It's going to be my best bet of the day. Going to go 13-1, 6-12. 13-1, 6-12. So now let's get on to race number 9 from Arlington. The ninth race is the big one. It's the 34th running of the Arlington Million. Grade 1 purse $1 million for 3-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 13 horses traveling a mile and a quarter. Rail will be set at 0 feet. They'll be running in the million lane, as they call it. So that's a zero portable rail, mile and a quarter. And like I said, it's one of the best Arlington Millions I've seen in a while. You have some very nice Euro companies coming over for this one. And I think a lot of the better horses are on the outside here. And as a top selection, I'm using a horse who started his career in Europe, coming over here earlier later last year to start running in the States, and that's going to be the 10 horse Wake Forest. I really like his chances with the Frenchman Flavien Prat, who's having a hell of a year. I'm going to go 10, 12. 11-3. 10, 12, 11-3 here as a super specta. I'll use all 4 in the pick 4. But number 10, Wake Forest, 5-1, Flavien Prat. Last time out, for Chad Brown, ran at Monmouth Park Mile 3/8 on July the 3rd in the United Nations Stakes. His horse finished third by 3 lengths that day. Didn't have the really good late closing kick that day. World Approval winner of that winner of that United Nations Stakes is running back today in this start. And Money Multiplier, who finished second, was a winner next start out. But then at the source before that ran May the 14th at Belmont Park, Mile 3/8 in Manowar. The source won by 3/4 of length that day and had a very, it was a challenging run. I think John Velasquez had to wait a little bit, got the lead, found a hole, went straight to the lead, very easy victory. After that, and then at Gulfstream Park, mile and a half in the Pan American. This horse finished second by a head that day. Just missed closing up that day. Last start last year, this horse ran first start on Lasix. Also ran the Arlington Million last year. If you remember, they had a horrible a storm. I almost said snowstorm. Yeah, it rains. It snows in the middle of August in Chicago. Well, you never know with all that snow they do get. But it poured about an hour before post time. Made the turf course very wet. This horse just did not enjoy the race that day. This horse finished 6 by 5 1/4 lengths at 16-1. It just wasn't the best of runs that day for this horse. I think this horse has been improving. Has come into the race in a lot better form this year than he did last year. The Lasix helps, gets Flavien Prat, very good rider. So 5-1, I also like the price. So I'm going to use this horse as top selection. I'm going to use Treister, the European Invader, as on my ticket also. I'll use the 11 horse World Approval, and I'll use Deauville, the 13 horse. I'll use all the outside. I'll use basically 10, 11, 12, 13 on my pick 4 ticket. Just go to the outside. I know it's not the best post position going a mile and a quarter because you're starting on the turn here at Arlington, but I think that these 4 horses are the better horses in the field. So I'm going to use those 4. So to recap my bets for race number 9 from Arlington Park, it's the Arlington Million 2016 edition. Going to go to the 10 horse Wake Forest as the top selection. Going to go 10, 12, 11, 13. 10, 12, 11, 13 in the Super, and I'll also use all 4 of those horses in the pick 5 and pick 4. So now let's get on to today's final race on today's program, race 10 from Arlington, which is the 53rd running of the Pucker Up Stakes, Grade 3, purse $100,000 for fillies, 3-year-olds. We have a field of 14 horses traveling a mile and a half on the turf course. A lot of turf races tomorrow at Arlington. It's a turf festival. A mile and a half. And my top selection here, we'll go to the outside here again, to the 11 horse, number 11, Noble Beauty. I'm going to go 11-9-3-5, 11-9-3-5 in the pick 4, pick 5, superfecta, but if there's a pick 4, pick 5, I would go 11-9-3-5. 3-1, Florent Drew. Last time out, ran at Belmont Park on July the 9th in the Belmont Oaks. The horse finished 8th by 8 lengths that day. Just had a horrible break, was wide. Just really couldn't overcome that. Then at Churchill, mile and 8th in the Regret on June the 18th. This horse finished second by 1.25 lengths behind Auntie Joy. This horse closed up a little bit that day. And then the Honey Rider at Gulfstream Park, first start since February. This horse finished second by 3/4 length. Was improving. This horse improved in the Honey Rider, then in the Ret, and then last time out at Belmont, this horse, just dropped to not the best of runs. This horse gets a clean trip. I think this horse should have a strong run here today. So I'm going to use this horse as top selection. So to recount my bets, for race number 10 from Arlington, it's the Pucker Up. Going to go to the 11 horse Noble Beauty as a top selection. Going to go 11-9-3-5, 11-9-3-5. So good luck to all, and follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everybody.